What's good? What's poppin'? And welcome to the Stay Zealous Podcast with your host, Cam Jones, the one and only. You can't clone me. And thank you every single one of y'all, not me because I ain't watching, y'all watching, for rocking with us and the podcast. You have so much support, whether you're watching it on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you're watching and tuning in from. I really do appreciate. In the last part, or the last episode in general, you may have seen that we had Jaila, Madame Precedent, all of this on the episode. We had a really great conversation, and now you're getting an opportunity to watch the second part. So it's going to be a continuation. We have some really good conversations that we're going to be talking about. So definitely stay tuned, because this space, Zealous, is an amazing space where we get to talk about one, living out our purpose, but also being the most passionate and living out the most authentic version of ourselves. And I truly think in the conversation that we have today, you get to see more of that in the part 2 with Jaila. So definitely tune in. I thank you for each and one there for watching. Take a look at part 2.
I'm really bad at social media.
No, that's fine.
Like terrible. TikTok.
I'm not on TikTok as much. I'll be posting on there.
I got one dry look. I'm running for president, guys.
That's your thing.
Never been back.
They gonna find it. They gonna find it one day. They gonna find it in the future.
No, like I really tried. I don't know. I'm trying to get better about social media, because I mean, you have to have a presence on social media.
Correct.
I think I am just such an in-person person. Like 4 seconds, you're going to get an experience, you know? And I just feel like it doesn't always translate to social media. And before social media, people didn't know how to translate those skills that they have right now that they're using on social media. They didn't know how to translate that into people's skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm just on the back end, like this social media thing.
It's hard to convert, especially when you have people, like you have people's skills. Like sometimes you want to be able to convert that really well on social media, and sometimes it's really hard to convert that really well, because it's never the same as talking to somebody in person. It's such a different approach. It's such a different conversation I have when people don't have anything to hide behind. It's you and me. We gonna have a conversation.
Yeah.
Let's chat. Let's talk.
Yeah.
And you want to be able to present that. And then the plus on social media, the perception is already created, has just already been of like, are people actually presenting?
And there's no context.
And there's no context. So
Yeah.
I'm getting all this to a person, and then people get really disappointed because they set an expectation of how a person is. Then they meet them in person, and you're like, whoa, you're not even like that. Well, that person never was either extrovert or whatever, or Tracy. They were never like that.
Yeah.
They just know how to put it on for the camera. And then you
Yeah.
meet them, and you're like, whoa, they don't know. They don't have any people skills, because they're not because they're not talking to people, but what their niche of interaction is not consistent for people that are real people.
Yeah.
Like it's not. So they're talking in front of a camera, talking on the screen, and to get somebody who can do it on camera and both is a rare thing to find, because when you meet in person, you're like, whoa,
Where did that personality go?
Yeah. And then some people, and then the few niche people you meet, you're like, how the heck are you the same there and there? That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm so focused on showing up the same, and maybe that is a problem. Like maybe I'm trying to be the same, be looked at in the same lens, when it's not the same lens. Like there is a different experience of me in person versus social media. But like my close friends is not even like my close friends. My close friends is like people who would get my humor.
Yeah.
Or, you know, like my day-to-day or whatever, because there are comments where I feel like, again, you might run across this video or this whatever with no context, and it doesn't fit anything of who I am or how I am. And not to say that's even a bad thing. It's like you might see that and be like, she's the goofiest person on the planet. I might be, or I might not be, right? You know, like whatever it is, it's just, it might not be the full perception of who I am.
Yeah.
And I struggle to, again, make it the same, but maybe it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just get over it.
And that's where I changed. Like a lot of my videos now, like I'm starting to get more into like lifestyle content, things that I just really enjoy to do. And people show up, they show up. Like last year when I was really heavily trying to just grow my social media presence, I really put a lot of emphasis on trying to make good edits and much more. And the thing that I was talking to a friend of mine today, and he was talking about, because he's really big in like videography and sound, the dynamics of things like that. He's just really big. And he, like during COVID, he picked up a camera and then just took off from there. And he does a lot of cinematography and much more. So for him, he was recommended like, hey, go watch this certain YouTuber, Casey Neistat. Go watch him. Just go watch his videos from now to where he was at. and just see the growth over time. It got better, but they were always to who he was as a person. He didn't try. A lot of times you see someone have a really good camera much more, and they try to create something really cool. But you don't get the full authenticity, like we talked about before. You don't get the fullness of it. Mm-hmm. And so my videos, like I just posted a video and it was just me and Lainey getting dressed. And I was like, turn camera on. We gonna run this thing for 10 minutes. I'll edit down to about a minute 19 or minute 20, however long it needs to be. And it's just gonna be what we do. And I'm gonna just splice it up. Not gonna really throw any crazy edits. And that's what it's gonna be. And then people enjoyed it. Got really good feedback and stuff.
Yeah,
on
I'm people. Like I will say that definitely seeing you put out content a little bit more. Like I would say 2 years ago is when I saw you put out just the styling tips. Hey, these are these pants. These are these shoes. Which ones do y'all think? Comment below. Like I started seeing more of those. And it was like, dang, like this is still very much okay. You know,
yeah.
He's still showing up like himself. I get to see a little bit of the environment too. Again, the context is kind of built in there. You know, those types of things I think are extremely important. I think those are the platforms that last the longest. Again, authenticity is going to win out, but you got to get there. Like I feel like there's a lot of bloopers in the backgrounds that I didn't see, but it just still felt like what you posted was just like, it's not perfect, but go.
Yeah,
it's not perfect, but go, and you will get to the point where it is perfect, or maybe perfect is not really what we should be aiming for, I guess. And that is the whole thing with social media. It's not going to be a perfect place. So maybe that's why I have a problem. Like this stuff is here forever. So I need it to be perfect. Mm-hmm. But the whole time, this stuff is here forever and it's never going to be perfect. And I have to understand that.
Yep.
But just seeing you just be like, okay, whatever. Like this is my life. So this is what I have to offer, not this cleaned up version of me, or this like super neat, like it still came out neat, or it still came out with personality and it wasn't so stripped back or polished. Correct. Or whatever it was. And I commend you for that, because that is like one of my qualms right now. One of my things that I'm like, oh, just post, just do it. But I'm like, no, these people don't need to. They're, you know, what are they thinking? And not to say that I've always cared about, or I do care so much about what people think, but I know that there's consequence to everything. So I do want people to think, I don't want to have to do so much work later, because you already have built this perspective off of this video. Correct. Now I have to work to undo that perspective in some sense to get you to really see me. You know, I just kind of want you to go in and just see me, and it's not that easy.
Yeah, it's a thought. I think about this all the time too, especially like we talked about earlier, like public speaking. We're both getting into it more, and we've always been able to talk. We've had plenty of speaking engagements and things we did in college and much more. It's just now we're like, I'm gonna use my voice even more. Like I feel confident. I'm gonna use my voice, like use what God gave me, and it's very, and from my perspective, it may be the same for yours a little bit. It's very nerve-wracking at times to go speak or go communicate to any group or anybody, whether it's on social media, outside of social media, and have them think the wrong thing about you based on what you said. Yeah. And that wasn't your heart. Yeah. It's very difficult. When I'm in person, it still can happen, but I'm in front of people. So maybe body language things can kind of shift out a little bit more. Yeah. Because I'm right here and we can talk after. Because I'm going to have meet and greet, whatever. We can talk after and you're like, oh, I understand more. Cool. When I post it on social media, I don't know the audience that may be able to, this video may blow up. I don't know the audience. Yes. So what my initial audience of my however many followers I have is about to reach another blank people. And I don't know what they're going to say. I never forget, I posted a video on YouTube. And again, all my videos are really similar. And I do have inspiration from people. There's people that I watch. But this particular video, the outfit was, and this is how like crazy my brain thinks, because I took a break after this because I just didn't know where my brain was at when I was just like, why am I doing this? But the video I got, I think it had like 17,000 views. It was short on YouTube. So it had a lot of views. Okay, 17,000. Okay. And so I posted that, and the outfit, because this is how particular I am, you know how I am in my clothes. White button up, straight leg pants, loafers. Very simple outfit. And I commented calm little spring fit because that was a trend that was happening, like calm little fit. It was a trend last year that was happening around the same time. And that was the outfit. Had some loafers, a popular brand of loafers, Blackstock and Weber. It's a popular brand. They have a lot of loafers. Their brand tag is like the best loafers in the world. Insert word, best in loafers in the world. And they have really good loafers. And I have a pair and they're really great. And there's a black and white pair. That's it. So I posted a video, cool outfit. People loved it. People were commenting, cool outfit, cool outfit, cool outfit. Then there was one comment, they're like, oh, you must watch so-and-so a lot. So another big creator.
Oh, okay.
Another big creator. He's like, you must watch so-and-so a lot. And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, I watch him, but like, he's not the only one in the world doing Get Ready With Me. He's like, there's a lot of us out here doing Get Ready With Me. I just put the outfit on. It wasn't like directly inspired from him. He just wears the same shoe because everybody, their mom knows Blackstock and Weber in the male fashion line. People know that's a good loafer brand.
Yeah.
He wearing them, I'm wearing it. Ain't no big deal.
Yeah.
We just all wearing it. That's cool. Like, I'm a smaller creator. I just wear the shoes. Like, I don't know what you want from me. And so I was like, he's not the only one. And people were like, just admit that you watch him. And I was like, I don't know what y'all want from me.
Just admit it.
Like, just admit, like, what do you want? Like, and so people were like, yeah. Like, it was just like 5-6 people, like, ganging up on me. I was like, why did I even comment back at this one person? But like 5-6 people just like, yeah, like you need it. I'm like, I don't know who y'all are, where you're from.
Are they mad that they're saying like you copied the guy?
They're whatever it was, they were saying because I maybe didn't admit that he didn't inspire me or whatever the case may be. Like they're just like the way the comments were, they were upset that I either one did not say like, yeah, I am inspired by Devin on Deck, or I'm inspired by Daniel Simpson. Like either not saying that or just admitting it as if I was such in a wrong. Now, granted, when I was posting all these Get Ready With Me's, I've already worn the outfit and it's like about 2-3 days later. I'm not posting them day of. Like a lot of those things, when I started posting on YouTube, I'm backlogging a lot of outfits. Like I've been wore it. So it's interesting when people see them, they're like, you should have wore blank. I'm like, well, I'm already on Wednesday.
Yeah. Like
that was, you commented on a video from 6 years ago, you should have wore blank. Well, dude, you can go wear the same outfit and wear blank.
And what are you, what's the point?
Correct.
What are you trying to get out of it?
So for them, for people, I never know what I'm about to get from people. So when I posted that, I'm like, oh, it's getting a lot of views. Then that comment shows them. I was like, oh, I want to interact. But I'm like, I was being just calm. I'm like, hey, he's not the only one. Like, yeah, like I got some inspiration, but he's not the only one. And then people are just like, ego's a hell of a joke. Like all this random stuff. And I'm like, what are we talking about? I don't know y'all. Y'all don't know me.
Yeah.
This video's old. Like I've been wore the outfit. I'm already on whatever day this is. And that was yesterday when I wore this outfit. And so, but like for me, I'm like, it's crazy how just people are just out to, they appetize off of just saying stuff and doing stuff. And so when I post something on social media, I don't know what I'm about to get. And so for you, if things are a little bit more political or whatever it may be, or what you're talking about, go vote. Let's say that's the video. People are like, well, I don't want to. Well, dang, then don't comment, skip the video. Move on. Yeah. And so you never know what you're going to get. And the last thing I would ever want to do is have someone think a certain way. And I know I can't control it, but have someone think a certain way and you've never even had a conversation with me. Yeah. You don't even know. All I said was 2 words, go vote. Yeah. And you're angry, typing a brick in my comment section about blank, blank, and blank. And I'm like, I didn't say anything about you. I didn't want to hurt you. I just said, go vote. Yep. That's it. Yep. And so it's a hard thing. So it's like, yeah, I'd much rather have a in-person chat with people because you can hear my heart. I can explain things. We can talk. You can see my body language, all these different things.
I can see yours too. You can see my voice. You can see you was turned off by this. When I said this, it made you feel it.
I can see your face, everything like that. Versus like, I don't know what you're feeling on the other side of the camera. And people will create what their view of something is. And then they either will continue to listen to the video with the open heart, or they will hear one thing and shut off the rest of what they hear. And then they will comment based on that one thing. So for that video, if they watch one thing where I said, oh, I'm wearing these shoes today, they're like, oh, he's obviously inspired by blank and blank person. So how did you get that from either one word I said or everything I said? Yes, I do watch him, but I'm not doing Get Ready With Me just because he's only doing Get Ready With Me.
Again, the polarity of things. Like you got to be either if I'm inspired by him, that means I gotta want to be him, or
Yes.
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
Well,
I'm being me, but I'm also like,
I can take a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here. We don't even know what that looks like all the way because we don't actually do it anymore.
Yes.
We're not building ourselves as just an individual. Like let me just go back to what you were saying about the because I can spend all day talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing you just said that kind of like like who is actually giving me the feedback that makes me feel like I don't want to do this no more, right? Mm-hmm. And I honestly don't think it is the people who I don't just outright have a lot of people who are my posts and again my platform. I'm intentional about the politics don't have to smack you in your face.
Yeah,
this is not appetizing. Mm-hmm. The reason that I feel like I am so engulfed or ingrained or whatever I have to do politics is because I don't like this. Mm-hmm. I have a negative relationship with it, and I started to wonder why I have a negative relationship with it.
Your curiosity led you into where you're at
and
now.
Yes. And so I understand when other people have a certain taste in their mouth already for it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I think I get that and I understand that. And I'm not even too worried about those people having those things to say to me. I think to the stranger people, I'm more so worried that you won't continue to give it a chance.
Mm-hmm. You've already made up in your mind that this is how you feel, and you refuse to have any openness to anything
because of and so that means my first approach, and I don't. Anytime I speak or any interaction I have, that's the first for someone else. You know, it could be a room. I could have performed in the same room every day, blah, blah, blah. But it's going to be someone in that room that I didn't, or online, right? There's going to be one person who I don't actually know, or that's the first time that they've seen, heard, whatever, especially social media. It's going to be at least one. And I don't want that first interaction to be so extreme or to be so one way that they wouldn't give the opportunity, even if they thought like she kind of churchy, right? Mm-hmm. Which you ain't never seen nothing from me that felt like she's kind of churchy. I just use that as an example, but let's say she's kind of churchy or whatever. The kind of churchy you would come back, even if you don't really like church. It's like chances are I might still come back the way I do it. But if you felt like she's just too churchy, then you're not coming back. And I don't want that
because
to be
now you're building off of what pain and things you've gone and put it on somebody else. And they didn't do anything to you directly that should lead you to that point.
Yes, but I also need you. Like, I need you to, I'm not talking to me. I can go vote. I can go do whatever. I can participate. My life is still going to suck if you don't. You know, I'm still affected by your inactivity. You're affected by your inactivity, right? So it's, for me, not one of those things where I can just post and blah, 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 and be like, and should nobody care who I am, how I am, blah, 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 blah. I am in a space where I have to be mindful of that.
Correct.
And then the second thing that I thought about when you were saying that is, honestly, it's more disappointing because the feedback and the comments and stuff like that are negatives are usually not strangers. It is people that I know, trust, and love. And
that's what makes it difficult when it is someone like that, yeah.
And that is the majority of that. Or there's a lot of people who are, again, like, this is a gimmick, you know, me running for president 20 years ahead of time, or blah, 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 blah. Or is she really going to run? There are people who, of course, so many supporters and people who encourage me along the way, more of them than not. But that doesn't mean there's not a thick group of people who are like, yeah, but don't really see it happening, and they don't think that I feel that the yeah. Sometimes I would rather know that, like, you think I'm a fail versus I don't even know. Like, what about this? Do you think I suck at speaking? Do you think that the poetry thing is a gimmick? Do you think I should, like, why? You know, people don't even express that. And that is just, that hurts because you're now not supported by the people you know, love, and trust. Or if I can't even get the people I know, love, and trust to participate, to be on board, why would I have any hope with someone who doesn't know me or whatever? So I think I go into that cycle, and social media touches all of those people all at once, and it's just, it's all happening versus even if it was 500 people in this room, it's just 500. There's billions of people. I know that sounds crazy to people, but for me, it's just 500.
No, we've been around lots of people, so yeah, it may just be 500 people.
There's billions of people in this world. Billions. That 500 ain't touch. Is a little scrap of that. But the internet could actually touch the billions.
No, you're right. Like you never know. Like the thing that pops up on at least Instagram, because I'm more on Instagram more than anything else, more than TikTok, and I think that fits our range. Or apparently I'm old, so
yeah,
I'm more MySpace.
Day.
My bad. I'm more MySpace. But I think for us, like Instagram really fits that niche for us. But like Instagram, you can scroll through Reels and you get to a video, and that person may have 500 followers, but it was that one video out of nowhere that just blew up.
Right.
And you go to the comments and may have like 10,000 comments, and they're just lighting this person up out of nowhere. And this person who may have 500 followers may have not been a popular person, may not want to be an influencer, nothing. It's not that they're going to gain a bunch of followers. They're just like, I just posted a post. And I just made one post today. And you just never know. It will reach out to blank person, the most random person on their Explorer page. Like there was another video I did on Instagram, and it was and this one got a good amount of views. I don't remember how much it was, but like it was like my spring rotation. This is like 2024. My spring shoe rotation, and I had some loafers and some mules and some different things, because my style is not just only sneakers anymore. I'm kind of getting out of that. The one, because sneaker culture just kind of simmered down a little bit. But also I'm just,
because that's the Cam I met.
Yeah, like you met sneaker Cam. I tell people all the time, they don't understand
even know
how much I was into sneakers.
They
I was sneakers.
That's
sneakers
literally
all the time.
how we even became associated. It was like, I like your shoes.
Yeah. Like your clothes, like that's what it was.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And so like I'm not as like, I still have a lot of some sneakers that I still have, even from when I was in college and everything like that to this day, because I just can't get rid of them because I like them, I love them so much. But like, I have loafers, I have a mixture of different things, things that are more timeless. I'm getting more timeless fashion. That's when it's like my clothes are a lot more bougier now, and it's not because I'm just gonna get like these pair of jeans because I'm getting these pair of jeans. Like this going to be a pair of jeans. But I'm sorry, it's how I am.
No, I'm gonna say it's always, you talking about now, but like even your sneakers were bougie.
No, the sneakers are a whole different thing. They were definitely bougie.
You were always
Off-whites,
bougie.
all that stuff. No.
Okay?
It was all the way
how
back.
we all had to wear uniform and you was fly. What? We got a uniform.
I come to work wearing off-whites, polo, regular Nike polo shirt, and off-whites. Like, hey, bro, what the
this
heck?
was not in the uniform.
Like, how you get the bracelets and the necklace? Like, how you get the dangly earring? What you doing? Like, we're supposed to be regular.
That boy got sauce. I do not want to go in the beginning of the tour room with you, and they got a pick. They do not want to go to my tour. They trying to go on your tour.
We get the group tours.
I'm like, he not even that cool. He not even that cool. My jokes is funny at the business building.
No, we going with him.
No, for real.
How you gonna walk around? How you gonna rock 1.7 miles around campus with Jordan ones on? Because I
I gotta see this.
Yeah, I gotta go. That's what it was. But like in terms of sneakers have. I can't say that. I literally can't say that. Shine knows. Oh, my shoes are so dang expensive. Loafers are not cheap.
Oh,
they're not cheap.
I know. That's why I don't have them.
That's exactly why I don't buy them.
I know exactly why.
Loafers and stuff, they're not cheap. Like I switched more into like the timeless, not luxury. I don't think I'm ever going to get into designer heavy. I'm just not really about that. But like kind of that mid tier where it's like mid luxury.
Yeah, I was gonna say those are designers.
They're mid luxury for sure.
But they're designer.
I ain't gonna be out here wearing Louis Vuitton down.
But we gotta get out of that.
No, but I know.
Because you think there's 5 designers, but if you're naming these designers by name and their brand, you're a designer.
No, they're definitely a designer for sure. I'm just not the main. I'll put it this way: I'm not mainstream designer.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the best way to put it.
I would say.
Yeah, my clothes are still
ain't the only one that's on Fashion
it.
Week. I'm just saying it's a week.
Pharrell about to come up with these jellyfish shoes in the fall.
The fact that you even know that.
He is the male lead for Louis Vuitton now, so.
The fact that you even know that. I'm supposed to be telling you when Pharrell coming out with music. You talking about
boom,
yeah.
boom. No 4 count. We want to 4 count these shoes in the bank account. That's what we're about to do. They about to write to the car. About to write in the car. Adidas Pharrell collab. It's about to be right in the car.
That is funny.
But so a lot of the shift of my clothes looks now, because one, it's a lot more standard for when I go to work and things, but it fits just a different niche. Like I have more slacks and more pants, wide leg jeans, things of that nature, not just like just basically a simple outfit with sneakers. Like I'm not really doing that as much where I spend way more money on sneakers. But even just like what we were saying before, we were doing sneakers, and then before that we were, I don't know, but regardless.
I need some loafers now.
You need some loafers now, but like my style has changed over time. But like I spend like so much time doing that and putting more time and effort into it, and so it's been a complete shift over time. But whatever we're talking about, that's what it is. But it's bougie still.
It's always been bougie, but I love it though. I came from, my mom was a designer. Mm-hmm. I say was. She still is a designer. She also does comedy, and that's just been her thing.
She got her things.
For the minute, yeah. She was an empty nester, and she called me like,
like
I'm at the improv. I'm like...
Yeah. You got to the improv? She's like, guess where I'm at?
Yes.
I got a set. Look at my social media page.
Literally. It was, yes. I'm like...
Next thing you know, she'd be like, got a Netflix special. You're like, so you're just not going to tell nobody?
I would pass out if my mama had a Netflix special.
It's just a Netflix special come out, or you're just scrolling through Netflix, and you see it, and
so
you're like, you call me like, so you're not going to tell nobody?
We keeping secrets.
That's what we're doing?
That's crazy.
So first you're at the improv. You got a 5-minute set. Now you're doing 30. You're hosting now.
That's crazy.
People on you.
She does the shows now. So she produces the shows now and has been doing that.
That's cool.
My whole life she's been an actual fashion designer.
For sure.
She used to do her own shows, St. Louis Runway, and then after a while became a part of the St. Louis Fashion Week committee.
Nice. That's cool.
And so I grew up like with her. Like Isaac Mizrahi is like my everything. Like that was one of my cool. Oh my gosh. And I was like 10. So when I see other people who are actually into fashion and not necessarily trends, like people don't understand there is a difference from being fashionable and fashion forward and being trendy.
Correct.
And yes, you can know how to dress and still not be very fashionable. You know how to dress. You know what the trends are. You know how to look presentable and look good. Mm-hmm. But there's a level of creation, I think, that goes into fashion. And when people are in that world, like, it just feels like, like I actually get to talk to people about those things.
It's so refreshing.
Yeah, or the small things. When I was asking you earlier about when you do your personal styling and stuff like that, just even teaching people about their body shapes and types of things. Yeah, and also we get stuck in dressing like cartoon characters. Like we are literally penny proud, and people will wear the same. Yeah, different white tee, different jeans, but it was the same cut jeans. I only buy 504s.
Yeah, like dang.
That's Levi's.
Leave like a 501.
501s, right? Like I only buy these or whatever. And I feel like when people say that, it's because creating, like going out, and you're going to have a lot of fails. Like the amount of times I will look back at a picture and I'm like, first of all, third of all,
fourth of all, 18th of all.
I'm on 19. Like, you was wrong down, but I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it because I really do love when you get it right. And most of the time, I'm going to get it right, But when you get it right, the feeling of, what they used to say, we used to come to the workroom on the days like we didn't have to wear uniform, like training days.
Yeah.
People used to be like, y'all are so Pinterest. Y'all are so Tumblr.
You're like, what?
Like, I don't know.
I don't know about that.
But now I get what they mean. Now that I you see people who you 35, like, and you are dressing like Penny Proud. You have your go-to, and there's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. But there is this little thing about putting yourself in an outfit or putting your identity in an outfit. When I told you I've been trying to like teach sustainable fashion and things like that. When people bring in their jackets or their jeans or whatever it is, I think the thing that makes them the most happiest or like sells them the most on the whole experience is it's them.
Yeah.
In some way, they are part of the design process. Even if they say, just do what you want, just do what you want, just do what you want, which people will do all the time. Just make whatever you want. There is still, I'm designing still with like my interactions with you or my experience with you. Like you are still you are part of this whole process.
Yeah.
And so I literally love that so much, but I love that people are receptive to it because that's the thing I like about fashion.
Yes,
and that if that's the only way that they can tap into that part, is them me making a custom jacket or a pair of jeans for them or whatever, and that is their version of like.
And they'll rock the mess out of it, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. It make my heart so happy when they like send me a picture with them out in it or whatever. I'm like,
I'll never forget. I was at church and one of the guys came up to me and he was just gassing me up for no reason. And I was like, dude, like at this point, like people know I dress how I dress. Like I'm always gonna be fashion. It's always fashion forward. That's just how I am. And I'll dabble in some trendy things. I used to dabble in all the trendy things. Like that's what I did in college, but that's when I was experimenting the most. I could afford it. So I'm gonna go to Forever 20. I'm gonna go to H&M. I'm gonna go to these places and I'm gonna try everything out and I'm gonna figure out what works. And then now I'm at the point where it's like, I know what I wear and I'm just gonna make it. I'm gonna make it work. It don't matter. You can give me a white tee. I'll make it work.
right.
And people are like, whoa. And I'm just like, yes, part of it is confidence and all those things like that. But like, I'm going to do something that's just going to make it so unorthodox for you and what your eyes visually see. And I bet it's the most simplest thing too.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
And you're just going to be like, this is insane. But it just works. And then you just gravitate to that person in terms of what they wear and what they do, as it's always going to be fashion forward because they've already created perception again in your eyes of like, they're always fashion forward. And so I took years and years to try everything. And now I know I don't have to do what's trendy. I just do what works for me and know that it fits me and I can inch my way and get some inspiration for some things that are a little trendy, but I don't need to go dabble in it 100%.
Yeah.
So for example, baggy jeans. Baggy jeans have been popular in 2024 going into 2025. They were super popular back in the day when everyone was wearing Sean John and everything like that. Jinko jeans, like they've been popular before. I'm talking big white tee franchise boys. Like we going back, like it's always been.
What
he
saying? Make your mama proud. Take that thing 2 sizes down, 3 stacks. Okay.
Yeah. See, there you go. Now walk it. Yep. I get out. So, but literally, I was thinking like you could be the man at your wall, but then I just be
no for real.
Yeah, see, but like stuff like that. But like that was the wave. And so now we got everyone and their mom wearing baggy jeans. Like, I'm going to go to the thrift. I'm going to get a jeans 2 sizes too big. It's automatically going to be baggy. It's going to be a relaxed pair of jeans, but baggy. And then if you're upstate, you're going to be wearing Timbs. People try to force Timbs in Houston.
Ooh,
and I'm
talk
like,
about
it's too hot.
Yes.
I don't think 85 and Timbs in Houston don't work. Don't.
It don't.
Stop.
It work in Florida.
It work in Florida.
It's 85 and they in Timbs. Why are you in Timbs
like,
out
what are you
there?
doing over here?
With shorts.
Yeah, it's like with shorts. Like, what are you doing? I saw a video of Jim Jones going in on this streamer, not in a bad way. He's like, "Who laced your Timbs?" And then Jim Jones relaced the streamer's Timbs on his stream.
Gosh.
The whole thing. He's like,
you
messed up the laces. He's like, because you tied them up, you messed up the laces. Now they're not as stiff anymore. Everyone's like, when did Jim Jones become the Tim Whisperer?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that would have been so deep for me for him to do that. Also, he would have had to let me brush his braids.
A little bit.
He would have had to let me brush them braids.
Ball it.
Or he could have brushed mine.
Like,
come on, do it for me. Do it for me.
But literally things like that. So the baggy trend wave, you see everybody. Every trendy-esque person, baggy jeans. I can go to the thrift, get baggy jeans. I can buy baggy jeans from this place. Jinko jean sales are going up. Like, all these jean sales are just booming. Everybody, Levi, everyone's coming with baggy. So it became a wave. It became a trend. Out of this whole trend of the past year and a half, I've had 1 pair of baggy jeans. And it wasn't even the pair I was looking for. I just bought it out of compromise because I couldn't find the other one. I was looking for these wide leg flare jeans. But I was like, I'll get the baggy, I'll make it work. And Cheyenne hates them. She doesn't like when I wear them. But I've worn them. I've done videos with it and stuff like that. I put some outfits together in here and there. But like most of the time, like they're part of the stuff I'm selling. I wore it. It was cool. I just didn't wear them as much. They're a little bit too baggy for me. They didn't really fit my aesthetic. But out of the whole trend, 1 pair of baggy jeans. If this was college cam, I would have had a bunch because I'm like, oh, I'm bought into the trend.
Yeah.
But like, I know what I wear and I know what works. So instead, I'm like, I don't really like baggy, but I really love some wide leg jeans. It fits for my athletic build. It looks really nice. I wear leather loafers. That combo looks really good. I can dress it up. I can dress it down. I can put a t-shirt on. I can put a button up.
Right.
I got range.
Right.
And it covers my whole closet. So I can change, wear the same jean loafer combo, put every single
looks.
top.
Yep.
And you're never going to know. And so when I was at church, I put this combo. I had this long sleeve shirt on that it was a mock neck that I thrifted, probably like at Goodwill for like $3. Cut the mock neck off.
Ooh.
Trim the bottom. So now it had the little phrase and stuff, but trimmed it nice. So now it was cropped a little bit. Left the long sleeve because it was extra large. Gonna have to get extra large because the sleeve length is nice. But when I get a large, the sleeve length is too short.
That's what we call lanky.
Yeah. Literally lengthy.
That boy,
that
ain't
boy
no length. I didn't even know that was the word. That lengthy was at the root of that word. I thought it was lanky. That boy lanky.
That boy lanky. That's like me when I would say instead of shrimp, I say shrimp. That boy's so strong. He got shrimp.
The shrimp.
Shrimp.
Oh my gosh.
P not a P-A-P.
I would have never known.
Shrimp.
I would have never known.
But like I wore and I got these. They're Japanese selvage denim. So again, I'm saying how bougie these jeans are. They're Japanese selvage denim, but they're wide leg.
I can't wait to imitate you in like 10 years. Yes.
And so they're wide leg. The leg opening is probably like 9 to 10 inches in terms of the leg opening, and they sit perfect. You wear them all over, they're just perfect, and the length is not too much. They're perfect 30. It's just, and they're dark indigo, just. They're just beautiful. So I'm wearing these, and then I'm wearing this shirt, and that's the outfit. Put my a pearl stack on, got my necklaces, bracelets, rings. Let's run it, and we off. And that was the fit. And then belt wise, I don't know if I just put a regular belt because it matched my jeans. So I go to church, and he comes, and he's like, dude, and of course, obviously he was gassing me up for no reason, but the first compliment was like, bro, you're always so like fashion forward. He's like, your outfits are really cool. And he was talking particularly about like baggy jeans. And I was like, yeah, dude, I don't really have any, I have one pair of baggy jeans. I barely wear them. I don't really do what's trendy.
Yeah,
I do what fits me, but like people are so used to it, but that's just what it is. And so when people are like, bro, you inspire me with your outfit, and then someone wears a similar outfit or something that's pretty similar, and I was like, we could wear the same outfit. I bet you I'll wear it different though.
That is honestly
I bet you I'll wear it different.
That is honestly it. There is something about just you, like when you bring you to the fit, and that's why I think a lot of styling videos, like the videos there's like, this is how you wear it, this is how you style it. Those little videos are going crazy. But for me, I just felt like, duh. Like there's only so many clothes that's out there. Like we all are wearing the white tee, right? But it is how you wear that is fashion. Like, how did I bring me to the white tee?
Correct.
How did I bring me when Beyonce talk about the denim on denim on denim or whatever? Like that is just the point of that is I can make this white tee and denim jeans literally look crazy if I'm in it.
You are not looking at like, that's what I'm saying. That's literally what it is. Y'all understand that I love fashion so much. I can put the same outfit you got on and you know the difference because it ain't the outfit, it's me.
Yes, it's me.
At this point, you're not complimenting the outfit anymore. I just put the clothes on. You complimented me.
Yeah.
We here.
Yeah.
And so like I said, I look a lot of fashion male designers and much more. Go look at the outfits. I bet you they're not wearing anything. Aside from it being expensive because it's probably their brand or something, they're not wearing crazy outfits. Virgil Abloh, before he passed away, the homeboy was barely wearing something crazy in Off-White. Off-White got a lot of crazy clothing.
I don't agree.
You don't agree?
That they got a lot of crazy clothing, no.
No, they do. Oh, you don't think they have a lot of crazy clothes?
I think their clothes are like, okay, maybe this is the word crazy. I don't think they have a lot of complex like designs. I think they have a lot of simple designs.
They have a lot of simple designs, but I'm talking about in terms of what they wear. Yeah, unorthodox.
Yes, you're right.
Off-White is very unorthodox where I got a whole zip tie coming from my shirt.
Yeah, but just the fact that it was just a shirt, and that's why that is why that was fashion, but why this man could sell a white T-shirt for $500.
$500, people were gonna buy it because that dang zip tie was on it.
But you didn't know that you can go put a zip tie on your own, so that's what you really pay. That ingenuity, that you know what I'm saying?
People like maximize it so well. Jerry Lorenzo has shown us you can get the simplest thing and make it the craziest thing in the world. I know Fear God has a lot of things. Just the Fear God luxury brand. Essentials is literally the word essentials on sweats. How it started.
Sometimes upside down, sometimes in the corner, sometimes real big, sometimes
literally.
That's it. A very simple.
He said, "I'm gonna grab sweats and take them from the basic colors that everyone sees: heather gray, black, navy blue. That's what everybody sees when you go to Walmart. Anywhere you're gonna see sweats that color. I'm gonna go get taupe."
First of all, why would you say it like that?
Taupe.
No, because no.
Taupe.
No.
What? Tell me how you say it.
Taupe.
We different black.
We different black is crazy. Taupe.
Beige.
Beige is right. You got that right.
Thank you.
Beige.
No, a little English. I'll pass English.
Okay.
Okay,
Is it really English?
Yeah, he's really English. Phonics?
Ebonics.
Ebonics. Taupe. Aura.
Taupe. What's the mauve?
Mauve?
Yes, my brother be like, it's mauve, that U before the A, or the A before the U. I'll be like, mauve. I gotta say like a kiss.
Yeah, so you say mauve is equivalent to me saying taupe. It's literally the same exact thing. Yes. We just flip the letters around.
Like sage, sage.
Yeah, sage. Like, what? You're like the A, obviously. But like those colors, like sage, all those colors that are just a little bit on, and he be going like 3 shades over. Mm-hmm. He's like, sage, all right, we're gonna go light sage, drop the same thing, essentials in a different spot. And people are like, oh, and you see essentials everywhere. Tell me what he did that was crazy. What did Jerry Lorenzo do with essentials that was crazy? All he did was get fear of God, make it more affordable, talked about him coming out with essential pieces, came out with sweats and silhouettes that we don't see all the time, made it fit really well. He upgraded in the simplest way that anybody could have did.
I think sometimes people get fashion in their heads and they be like avant-garde, couture. Like it got to be some crazy. I need to be wearing
exactly what they're wearing on the runway outside.
No. First of all, the stuff that goes to the runway, like every designer has made a little black dress. How do you make a little black dress fashion? You know what I'm saying? It's something about your take on, maybe like you said, silhouette.
Correct.
Maybe I'm gonna change the silhouette a little bit. Maybe I'm gonna do this small little detail,
let it flare out
but
the
it's
bottom.
still a black dress.
Yes.
And that is what I think people get in their heads. Like it got to be this thing you put this whole full concept of this whole thing. Like no, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be that. Let's change the silhouette that we're used to seeing this right now. We might be used to seeing the baggy jeans silhouette. Well, change that up just a little bit. Not wear the baggy jeans, or change the color of the jeans, denim that you don't normally see. Just change one little thing. Boom, it's fashion. That's it. That's all. Nobody's asking. I'm not asking for too much.
Yeah, I'm not asking for too much.
I'm not asking for too much.
Just a little bit.
All I'm saying is,
But yeah, but literally, like, I've seen some of Pharrell's recent outfits. Like, I talk about the jellyfish shoes that he's coming out with in the fall. He had an outfit that he was wearing. He was wearing denim top, denim bottom. Don't know what brands they were. They may have been him. They may have been Louis Vuitton. They may have been something. You never would have known the brand because the brand wasn't super blaring. It was just denim on denim. Flare jeans, jellyfish shoes that were in orange and white. It was light wash denim. That was it.
And obviously,
Pharrell crazy with the fit. All Pharrell gonna do is put his shades on, walk out.
That's it. Not
doing anything crazy. He rocked denim on denim with a pair of runners and his shades and went and sat on for Fashion Week and just sat down. Mm-hmm. And people were like, yo, I never thought about flare jeans with denim on, because you never were gonna rock flare jeans. He ain't do nothing different than the next person did.
And it's the key of you saying, I never thought. That is why it is fashion, because the masses just
you
won't
thought it
even
had to be
think that
straight
one
fit.
Little thing. Yeah.
You always only saw straight fit with denim on denim. No, he put the flare. Everyone went crazy for the Celine pants that Kendrick was wearing during the Super Bowl. What did he do differently than what they wear in the West Coast? Tell me what he did differently.
I was going to say, the way that I saw them pants on Pinterest is crazy. Now everybody doing them.
So he got styled. He got put $1,300 pants on. They've always been there.
And the fact that they $1,300.
They're by Celine, so they've been there.
I'm telling you.
So they've been Celine. These pants didn't just come out. Celine had the pants. He just had his stylist, the lady who styled him, said, "We're gonna put the Celine pants on. You gonna wear the shocks. He literally wore Nike shocks, Celine flared pants, flared denim, a shirt, and a varsity jacket."
Which we could say, because that's the fashion part. Mm-hmm. The trend part is t-shirt, jeans, sneaker, and a varsity jacket. Like,
we've seen that,
but we didn't see those. No,
details.
Yeah,
like he said, Gloria on the back. Yeah,
that's what makes it.
And that's what makes it.
That's what makes it.
But the crazy part that the jeans were the thing that everyone was raving about. The jacket was insane. The jacket within itself was insane.
Yeah.
I saw the jacket first. I was like, oh, he wearing flare denim. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
But I saw the jacket. I was like,
crazy.
that jacket's crazy.
That jacket, and everybody like the jeans.
But again, my thought was like, I've seen flared jeans before. They ain't nothing different than me. People are like, I need to find the jeans. I was like, I'll find them in 3 seconds. I went on Essence.
I can make them in 30 minutes.
Snip, snip, boom, denim, boom, they're made. And so people are like, the best affordable flare denim. So now all y'all rocking flare denim now?
Yep.
I've been have flare jeans in the closet.
Yep.
Not because I was doing the trend, but like.
But because you weren't stuck on a trend.
Yes.
Like, what's out there is what's out there. And that's the thing, like, yes, one day I could honestly look like fully from the 40s. And tomorrow, straight out of 87. You know what I'm saying? Like, or the next day, it's going to be a little 87 at the top and 87 top, 40s at the bottom. Like, because you taking a little bit here, a little bit there. Like, all of these pieces are these things. If you are of interest with your fashion or whatever, they're going to be in your closet. They're going to, it's just how you wore them or how you styled them might be.
Correct. And and some people have the gift of being able to do it themselves. And then a lot of times when you see a lot of celebrities, they have people that do it for them.
Yeah, I'm like,
and they're like, oh, you got the build I'm looking for.
That's a whole job.
I'm about to put a mean outfit on you. And people are like, whoa. And they're just like, well, my stylist did it.
You know who my favorite stylist is?
Who?
Law Roach.
Okay.
Love, 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 love. People probably don't even know how much they love Law. Because
they don't even know.
They don't even know. You like, I love how Zendaya dress. You like Law.
Guess who put it on him?
And she keep going back to him.
And that's the crazy part is because nobody will know the mastermind. They just see the outfit. We get to Met Gala and you see everyone in these crazy outfits. You're like, yo, this is crazy. I was like, you know who dressed themselves and who didn't.
But you think they still are giving credit to not give the credit to the designers. For sure. But who told you to go get that dress? Like, that is a skill in it too. I've seen, especially watching Project Runway my whole life. Right now I'm rewatching all of the seasons.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
But you're like, I don't know what happened, but I'm here.
I'm back in 2005 right now. And I'm
literally.
like, this is the worst part of fashion ever with 2000s. It was hideous. It was worse. But watching it, I'm just, everybody okay?
They're going to be like, what's going on? Y'all be all right.
I'm screaming. But going back to like, watch all of that kind of stuff, I'm like, part of the challenges was not just for them to make the clothes, right? Or even just make the simple design, but styling choices when they had to walk the runway, it'd be like, why would you do the hair that way? The shoes, the bangles. First of all, bangles is crazy. Yeah. Why would you wear that necklace? Oh, the god awful earrings. Like all of that it affected that outfit.
Yeah,
it went into the outfit.
Cohesive to make things for sure from head to toe.
Yeah. So the designer can go ahead and have a concept for sure for how this dress is, but the way that Mary J. Blige wore it versus Drea, why they got the same outfit on?
Correct.
Anyway, the way that they wore it.
Like, anyway.
It's going to be completely different, and that's based on the stylist. Correct. And you might look at that first person and be like, that was so ugly. And then you looked at the second person like, that dress so fire. And I'm like, it's how they're
looking at bills. We're looking at a lot of different factors that go into certain things.
Yes, and the stylist, that is their sweet spot. Like they have to know the intersection of all of those things.
100%. And that's where you see some people that like I said, you can tell some of the people creatively, artists, anything like that really have a knack for dressing. Like ASAP's one of them dudes. Like I know you can put some clothes on. I got like you know how to put pieces together. That's just how you are.
I love ASAP.
Of course, whenever like Kanye has a wave in fashion, but again, like he knows how to at least put pieces. Like creatively, he's creative.
I would say I am never a fan of Kanye's fashion. I think he did. He's one of those people who like I can't take from. For example, he is the reason. So like hip hop music. Hip hop is a whole movement. So there is like times where the music, well, they're not times. Every time the music correlates with a fashion aspect and like a social piece, right? Yeah. So like the backpack rapper, conscious rapper era, Kanye led the fashion part of that. He's the reason we know what a backpack rapper looks like. the polo, and he's actually not wearing the big baggy tee. He's wearing, you know what I'm saying? Like, he gave us that, and that was a little unorthodox in hip hop. So I can't exclude what he did for the culture. But I have never been a big fan of what he, even the polo and I'm not a fan of the polo and jeans, right? But what you did was really change a lot of things. So I got to give you credit for that. But that doesn't mean it's my taste.
No, that's fine.
And that's how I feel about Kanye.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever done anything that I said, this is my
that's really crazy
taste.
Yeah, no, for sure. And you can see that with all the Yeezy stuff and all the things like that, like the Yeezy wave, like with all the shoes and everything like that. They were just neutrals.
Yeah.
It's the same silhouette, came out like 1825 colorways, same exact wave. People ate it up. And so I think there were some silhouettes that he dropped with shoes and I can't really say clothing pieces. I know he's designed pieces and things of that nature. There's been some cool collaborations like Cactus Plant Flea Market and things in streetwear that he's done that's been really cool.
Yeah.
When he did have Life of Pablo and kind of things like that. But he would always do things really unorthodox, like, I'm going to do my concert tees on a Gildan tee. And everyone's like, what? And then it's just like, he just got to print through it on a Gildan tee, and y'all ate this thing up and bought it for $65. And it's going to shrink tomorrow. And he got all y'all. And
it wasn't visually pleasing, actually. It was just like, something that you...
Life of Pablo, blank, 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 and blank, and it wasn't anything crazy until what I saw is when he did a collaboration with Cactus Plant Flea Market, and they put it on better quality T-shirts and did something a little bit more, but it wasn't still like, and that was more, when he did Cactus Plant, that was more with Jesus is King, when he came out with that, but I'm talking about Life of Pablo, it was literally a Gildan T-shirt.
Yeah, that's not going to cut it.
And so, but I mean, like, in terms of sneakers, I know when the Yeezy 2s and stuff came out, like, those are just iconic silhouettes when he was with Nike for the time being. And then, of course, when the first Yeezys came out and stuff, it did a lot. And then everything started to get a lot more oversaturated because he's like, everybody gonna get Yeezys, they're gonna be in Payless. And I'm like, slow down.
I'm screaming.
Slow down.
Yeah. Whether they're luxury or not, I just am like, and so y'all can keep that sandwich,
and that's fine. And I think everyone's niche. Like I was part of the Yeezy wave and enjoyed a lot of those sneakers and stuff like that because I mean they're popular and I was super big in what things are trending and things of that nature. But
you can also wear them with like anything.
You can wear them with anything. So you still people today because they're simple.
Yeah,
white, black, whatever the case may be. They're very functional. They're comfortable. People are like, oh, I can look fashionable and comfortable. But again, they were a huge trend. And so what Kanye also fed into in my eyes with fashion was a huge popular trend because he had a lot of popularity. Everyone buy the Yeezys. Bet we gonna buy them. Everybody and their mom wearing them. That's why I stopped wearing Yeezys because everybody and their mom had them. I don't want to wear what y'all wearing.
Yeah, now it is the trend.
And now it is the trend. It's like, I don't want to do that. And so, but it changes. But then like what I really do appreciate for like when Virgil started doing things with Louis Vuitton before he passed away, is the way they started crafting Takashi Murakami, a lot of different things that we started to see that like a little similar things, but a little bit unorthodox, and you can appreciate. And you're like, cool, we about it.
Yeah.
But not everybody's gonna have it, so there's exclusivity in the sense of like not because I don't want nobody to wear what I'm wearing, but like if you know, you know.
Yeah.
So like I was wearing an outfit, and the guy he walked up to me, he's like, "You wearing Basket Case Gallery?" I was like, oh, you know fashion.
Yeah.
Instantly when he walked up, he didn't say nothing. He's like, I know what shoes you got on.
Yeah.
Basket Case Gallery. And I was like, all right, let's talk about it. So it's a different approach.
It builds a community in a certain way.
It builds a community a certain way. And so this mid-luxury fashion things that I said, and it's like, we can appreciate it, but like you definitely know the people creatively and what they do. And I will always, always, always appreciate it. So I can appreciate the things that Kanye's done for sneakers and shoes or sneakers, same thing, sneakers and fashion. In my eyes, Jerry Lorenzo, Virgil Abloh, certain creators that I have followed, Pharrell, because sometimes they fit that niche. Pharrell, producer, he can dress.
Yeah.
He can dress well. And
yeah.
So, I think it kind of just fits in how people see how people, and I think that's the also cool part is like some people can appreciate things a lot differently.
I feel like you can't put Pharrell though in no category.
You don't think so?
No. I feel like maybe if Pharrell wasn't even in that, like if Pharrell wasn't associated with it, they wouldn't get any credit for being, not any, but they wouldn't get a lot of credit for being, I don't like using the word original, but like original. Like there is, again, nothing that they're doing is something that we haven't seen. It's just we wasn't seeing it right now, and that was their thing. Like, again, a white tee is going to be here forever, But how do I do a white tee and make it me? And the make it you was simply adding, again, the Ziploc thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Zip tie, Ziploc. Shout out to Ziploc. Sandwich bags going crazy.
Put a sandwich bag on my shirt. It's over now.
Come on, got a little
right
pouch. But and that is what was needed at the time. Like, again, we don't need a bunch of Bessie Johnsons running around here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, not to say that I prefer Bessie Johnson, but Pharrell is more of a Bessie Johnson than he will ever be a Virgil Abloh.
He didn't create this crazy. You're saying basically he didn't create this crazy new thing that we haven't seen before. He just capitalized on something and switched a couple things for it.
Yes, that is nothing to be like talked down on.
For sure.
It is, but recognizing what it is, because that is, again, what we're saying, I'm calling for most people to do. Like, the everyday person doesn't have to design like Bessie Johnson to be considered fashionable. The everyday person can put the zip tie on, and now you're fashionable.
Yeah.
So we need to see that. We need to understand that for sure. So that's why I'm like, give them credit for sure. But there is a niche, and there is a little difference of the Pharrells of the world who, yes, he knows how to do that thing for sure. Mm-hmm. But he is more of Bessie Johnson. Like, he matches his music. It is, we know, we can hear it, and we know. I can see a Pharrell just take his head out of it, blur the head out. Mm-hmm. I know that's Pharrell.
Correct.
I could see an outfit and say Pharrell would wear that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
That's what I mean.
I can agree.
Yeah. He can and will wear loud, crazy pants with a different silhouette that we don't normally see, right? Virgil not putting that on. He not even designing that for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And yeah, the Pharrells of the world, we gon' see that. And granted, that's not the only version of fashion, but that is a feat. That is something to do. That is difficult. Yeah. And the only way you do that is by knowing rules, fashion rules, like knowing how to break them, knowing how to navigate them. And I think doing that, to me, says that you understand fashion. You can get away with what Virgil and them were doing, or even Ye. Like, you can get away with what Ye is doing without having the most education on fashion. Mm-hmm. You could, if you knew people, you could know people better than you know fashion to be able to get away with that.
Yeah.
But to do what I think Pharrell does, or the Betsies of the world, to do what they're doing, you have to know that you don't typically wear print on print. So when I wear print on print, that's crazy.
No, for sure.
You know, like, you got to know what you're doing. Instead of like, why do I look? Well, you look like this because this is why we don't break this rule unless you breaking that rule.
Yes, we got to understand that you about to break it. And I think that's the cool part, because you don't see that every day. And so from our cloth of what we know for understanding, from you and your background with your mom and everything, and then for me just learning and growing and understanding it over time, is we can go into places like you were rocking what you got on, the hoodie and everything. Like, I didn't know that's what you did to the hoodie, but you did. Cool. I'm glad you do what you got to do. I mean, obviously you got it. Everyone got it. Everyone had an opportunity, but you do what you got to do.
Yes.
But that's what makes it you. So I enjoy it, because you're never going to see nobody with this exact thing, which is, I love it. And so anything else on, I'm out it. But at the same time, it puts it in the niche of like, oh, Jayla's about to break a barrier with a hoodie that we just don't see. We're not going to see this outside, this hoodie outside. Not because it's just us. We're literally not going to see a hoodie like this outside. Nobody's just going to rock a crop with a trim and that. Like, no one's going to do that, because like, to be able to get to that point, you have to have the mindset for it. You got to be willing to break it, and have to have the confidence to put it on.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing. Pharrell I'm going to put it on. Print on print, let's run it.
Yeah.
Kanye West literally came out with the Kanye West hip hop tee. You know what the hip hop tee was? A white t-shirt with rolled up sleeves.
You see what I mean? I ain't trying to say
quit
playing with me, but quit
on.
playing with me.
No, but you're right. But
go play with somebody else who don't know, and that's what he doing. That's what he doing.
I'm about to get the hip hop tee, pay $200. It's a white t-shirt. It just looks different. Because
he's selling him. He's selling
because he's wearing it with Yeezy. He's
yeah.
wearing a white t-shirt with Yeezy 2s and kind of baggy jeans.
Yeah.
Singing Jesus Walks. And you're like, oh, snap. Mm-hmm. I got to get the Yeezy 2s now. I got to get the Red Octobers. Red Octobers with the white. All he's doing is wearing a white shirt with some jeans, with some crazy, like really stacked. It's stacked at the bottom with the Yeezy 2s on. He's wearing red, white, and blue. That's it.
Why you look disgusting?
Because it's so simple, but it's like, why are you doing that?
Yes.
But like that's literally all it is. And so I remember seeing a lot of Virgil's outfits when he's just at random places. I'm like, homeboy really wearing a black t-shirt and some jeans with the oddest. He's not even wearing any of the popular. He's not wearing the off-white Jordan ones. He wearing the off-white women's exclusive ones. I'm like, that's what you came out with? That's what he chilling. Bro, I can put whatever I want on. You come here for me. You didn't come here for nothing else.
But even too, we're talking about, because what the designer wears is not the designer.
Correct.
What the designer designs. Mm-hmm. That is important.
You got to think, because they have something that they wear. Like Rick Owens, bruh. They did they do the, what's that thing? Vanity. They do like the 40 questions and things with people, and they did one with Rick Owens. It's, show us your closet. And they were in his room. His room was a bed and a little whatever the thing is called over the
like a canopy thing.
Like, yeah, basically not a canopy, but like the shelf thing, that like the headboard shelf thing.
Oh, okay.
This is my closet. Walks over to the left side of his bed, opens the drawer. He said, "I got a couple shirts. I got a couple pants. I got a couple of jackets, all black. I rotated the same things every single day."
I'm telling you, Penny Proud.
I'm
he
like,
dressed it like a cartoon character.
Rick Owens. And people be wearing stuff looking goth out, emo out. And I'm like, wearing the biggest boots. I'm like, homeboy really just put the same shoes on. And just wearing all black. Black t-shirt, black jeans, black top if he feels like he needs a top. If it's too hot, he's not wearing the jacket.
Michael Kors got a fan question one time that asks, like, you're Michael Kors. Like, you're this designer.
Yeah.
Why you only be wearing that black blazer and that white shirt and them black pants? Red for filth on these little
dang,
cards.
like, goodness.
But his response, I was like, dang, when I heard it, like, back up off. I ain't the biggest fan of my boy.
God, goodness.
But back up off him. But he was basically like, he already went through his, I'm going to wear this, I'm going to try this, I'm going to do this era for himself. When he was experimenting, now he has a concept of fashion. Yeah. So he designs for other people with those elements in the right way or whatever. But for him, he just don't put that time and effort into it anymore because I'm busy thinking about what they gonna wear and not what I'm gonna wear. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's not, again, the capability. It's the stylist who always got the same hairstyle, but be eating down on somebody's haircut. Like, why you still got that slick back ponytail? Why
I
you
told
still
Cheyenne
going to that?
one of the haircut styles that I'm just not a fan of is little short bangs.
Who doing that?
Anytime I see them. I see
it was
some
an accident.
No.
I don't like it either.
There's this video, this guy cutting hair, and he's like, I'm gonna show you how to fix the bangs. And he fixes them, and when he finished them, he flipped it up and cut some of the bangs on the inside and flipped it back down, but they stopped here, and I was like,
no.
I was like, I know it looks better on the girl than the bangs she had before, but like, let them grow.
No.
Just let them grow out.
I just think about anime characters when I see certain stuff like that.
So I just don't like that, like, especially if it's like this, and then it's like the...
And you got inches? You got inches in the back?
Like, no, like... If you have this haircut, if you're watching this, you have this haircut.
I'm sorry.
You're like, wait, no. It is
but
totally okay.
But
let it grow out. Like, if it's totally okay. But my thought is, like, that's just a haircut I'm not the biggest fan of. But, like, you may have someone who's a crazy cool fashion designer, got that haircut, going in on everybody else's hair. And I'm like, when you fix that, do what you got to do. But again, they may be insanely popular, and I don't know if there's any crazy designers that I know of.
Christian Siriano.
Don't tell me.
First of all, his 2004 season was crazy. His hair every day, like at one point he was just talking and his hair was just moving with him. Like it had motion. You feel me? Like
you're just like, oh, we got a lot going on.
Yes,
you
and on this side,
hair, and you're like,
he'll tell you, like, this side is the party, this side is the work, this side is the... I'm like, yo, it's a lot going on your head, okay? And then you see him, like, on the All-Stars where he's now the mentor. He's the Tim Gunn of it all. His hair ain't doing all of that. but
Crazy
you
how things
couldn't have
switched
told
up.
him at the time, like, you know, like that was his thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was his, and he was proud of that her. But baby,
Couldn't be me.
shouldn't have been you.
Won't be me.
Oh no.
Never in 1,000 years. My hair don't even go that many ways.
Oh no. But dang.
No, and that's just such a big reality. But I think even ultimately with all that being said, like even everything we talked about, I think the reality, perception, all those things, fashion, everything, it really comes down to the authenticity of the person. Regardless of this point, like Pharrell and all of them, like even though they're in like Jerry Lorenzo, all of them, whoever else, like all Johnson, all of those people, their names have the popularity now. At this point, they have the influence, so they can wear whatever the heck they want. They can put the cutoff cargo. You remember the cutoff cargo, or the cargo pants with the zips, and you can zip it off in their cargo shorts now. They could put those on and just unzip one part of it and wear it out, and people be like, that's gross, but I'm gonna wear it though.
That's Rihanna. I ain't gonna lie. Rihanna, my girl, she's that girl in the fashion world, okay? She is that girl in the fashion world. But y'all just be clapping for stuff y'all should not be clapping to. Like I said, if you're going to be someone who tries different things and you're innovative in fashion, it ain't going to hit all the time. And it be some days where I'm telling you,
You'd be like,
did not hit.
yikes.
And I don't even think she was trying to give y'all a fashion moment. Like, and y'all over here clapping for this like a fashion moment. That's correct. That'd be crazy to me.
Some people can put the simplest things on, walk out the house and be like, oh snap. And I'm like
pajamas and pumps will never. But Rihanna, a pajama and pump y'all to death.
And y'all be like, hey, I'm gonna
Every
rock this to
time.
school. I'm gonna go like, how about no?
The socks with the ruffles and heels. Who? What Fashion Nova thing, y'all? Let me scroll through Fashion Nova.
I need the trend. I need to figure out what fast fashion trend is going on. I need to know.
Why would y'all be doing that? Because you saw somebody break a rule the right way, and now you think
and
you can wear it.
You could instantly break the rule. You're not there yet.
You don't know how to do it.
You're not there yet.
You not on level. Break that rule. You not on that level.
I'll never forget. I used to work at a place, and they were like, I wore Yeezy slides to work, and I didn't get in trouble. They're like, how come Cam used to wear Yeezy slides to work? They're like, he just made it work. The fit fire with the fit fire, and I with the socks on. We working. We gonna make it work. I'll put the wide leg jeans on, cover these sides. You wouldn't even know. I'm just wearing sandals just like you wear sandals. Mine are just look like marshmallows. Oh, that's it.
That's all. You ain't me playing.
Like that's literally all it is. It's like, and so again, it's a big thing on just how you wear what you wear, and then over time, you build up that so much that people know that that's you for what you wear. Mm-hmm. And even if you feel like you're not wearing the craziest outfit, people are instantly going to think. I remember one day I literally put white t-shirt. It was an old t-shirt from H&M that I had that it's just like, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do it. I was like, nah, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to crop it. Cropped it. It rolled up perfectly. So now it's literally perfect length. And then if you go the 3/4 rule and wear high-waisted pants, mm-hmm. and especially they're wide leg, put that shirt over it. Silhouette looks crazy.
They don't even
Makes me
know.
look. It maybe looks like 6'5", and I'm like, that's fine. But like, they don't know, and so they're like, how come I can't
just
put white?
Yeah,
it's like, how can I not put white tee on with pants? I'm like, it's not even just that. It's like these pants, they're wide leg and they're more a slight flare. So the silhouette's already gonna be different than maybe a normal straight leg slack that you have.
You keep saying silhouette, but even the word silhouette is not a thing that we don't know what a silhouette is when it.
Sorry, y'all.
I'm just saying, like, that's how far off we are.
No, exactly. Like, I'm talking about silhouettes now. I'm not talking about just put the jeans on.
Yeah, they like
silhouette.
They thought it was that little silhouette challenge or whatever on TikTok back in the day. Mm-hmm. We not talking about that.
We're not talking about that.
We are, but we not. Like the shape,
the shape of the outfit changes everything. Mm-hmm. We both can put slacks on. Mine could be flared and yours could be straight leg. I promise the outfit looks different.
Come on. You better spit poet.
And so that's all I'm saying. It's like I put the white tee on, put the flare pants on, and then if I wear a jacket, I wear jackets. It's too hot in Texas right now to wear jackets. And then I can put runners on. I can put loafers on. I can put boots on. Bet you it's a different outfit every single time.
Every time.
You're going to be shook every single time.
One of my greatest issues with living in the greater Houston area is the weather sucks for like fashion. It just sucks.
It's
There's
hard
a
to
lot
navigate
of
here.
Yeah, like for example, again, like the rule thing. Like people don't even. It kind of doesn't make sense to actually be wearing a long sleeve and shorts. Like, but that's a rule out here that we like have to break. So people just all day doing it wrong and making me cringe. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop that. Or even sometimes I'm like, I have to look like this because I still need to cover my arms, or I need to not have something covered. Yeah,
yes.
like certain. I'm like, you're supposed to go full on with this outfit, or the amount of jackets I don't even get to wear jackets.
Correct.
Like,
my mother-in-law got me this really cool. It's similar to a Carhartt Detroit, but Carhartt Detroit jackets are really expensive. But it's more of a heavyweight Carhartt jacket, and I was like, this with some really cool wide leg pants would be really nice, and I just wear a white tank under it. I was like, it'd be clean. I only got to wear it once because the jacket is a heavier weight jacket.
Yeah, you don't have no business with no
It's meant for
Carhartt.
40 degrees. So when I have 40 degree for 1 week, it's a cool jacket, but I can't wear it.
Yeah.
So like later on, I'll have to opt in for a Detroit jacket because it doesn't have the thermal inside.
Yeah.
But I know when I get to New York one day and be able to visit, I'm gonna need this Carhartt jacket, so I can't just get rid of it. In Texas, randomly, it could be next week in April, and it's gonna be 33 degrees because you just never know.
Yeah, but for that one day, like you probably wasn't gonna go outside anyway because the city gonna shut down.
The city
because
gonna
they
shut
don't
down. I'm
know
not
what
gonna
to
go
do.
outside, so I have all these jackets, and then that's the thing. The other part is like, I get to awkward weather where I have to wear shorts and a long sleeve, but I can't wear jeans in a long sleeve because it's too hot, and I can't wear jeans in a short sleeve because it's too cold. And so I have to wear. I can deal with my legs being cold, but I can't deal with my arms being cold.
But you also got to be prepared for it to rain, whether it's hot rain or cold
Then
rain.
I need to have a lightweight jacket or umbrella because I have to account for this. But then what shoes do I wear?
Maybe that's why people can't dress out here. Now that I'm sitting
It's
thinking about
it's
it.
very bipolar.
I'm sorry, I did all of that ranting for an hour about how people can't dress, and now I'm sitting here thinking about it. I'm like, we ain't got no choice. Y'all was screwed. This is from the beginning. There was no chance.
There's no opportunity for people
Yeah.
in Houston to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And so that's what makes it difficult. So even if you're in more of the downtown scene and near things, like, and you're going out to places and where you can dress up, like, it's still a hassle. I put this jacket on or I put this cardigan on. Most likely by the end of the night, it's just going to be draped over my shoulders because it's too hot. So it's a whole thing. But I truly think like that's why you see a lot of just things with people wearing bootcut jeans. And they'll wear the bootcut
why
jeans
would you say
with
bootcut?
because they wear the bootcut jeans with the cowboy boots.
People are not buying bootcut jeans.
People are buying bootcut jeans in Houston.
What kind of people?
What kind? People wearing bootcut jeans. I don't got a pair of bootcut jeans. I ain't buying bootcut jeans.
They not wearing bootcut jeans.
People are wearing bootcut jeans out here. Remember when True Religion was popular? What a
Do
time.
I?
What a time.
It came back. People still got on Trues. It was me figuring out that Miss Me's were so. I got down here, Miss Me jeans was the True Religions. I was like, that is crazy.
I'm still not for low waisted jeans.
I mean, Christina Aguilera was the only one that was for them.
I can't do it.
What? There are certain, again, 2002 to 2011, one of the scariest times of fashion history. It was so wrong. Watch a teen
Crop top.
Teen Nick runway or whatever, red carpet
Crop
or
top. Low rise. You talking about that time frame or?
That's wrong, but like skirt and flare jeans and a button down.
Oh, we're talking
with
about
like
Disney, Nickelodeon. We're talking about those outfits.
But Lil' Kim was dressing like that too. The jump off was like that. But
bro. It'd be Nickelodeon. It'd be
it was everybody. Destiny's Child outfits was not always hidden.
Short skirt, pink short skirt, green cargos. I got the shirt that's
the
pink.
cargos that you was talking about that can do that.
The ones underneath the skirt. Underneath the skirt. I'm just wearing a tank.
No bad. No, the tank is sequins and it's over a 3-button polo. It's just on top of it.
And the colors are the pants are neutral. They're green. They're army green. The skirt's pink. The shirt's blue.
And this
The
silver
button-up's
sequin.
red.
Yeah.
It's silver sequins. And I bet I got something in my hair,
And
too.
the hair go like this.
And I bet I got something in my hair. Yep. I'm looking right. I'm this close to the camera.
Eating
this is
it
the camera.
up.
I'm here.
Oh, my gosh.
Bang. But yang yang.
It's so ugly. People, the tunics, when they will wear, like, it's not a dress, but it's not a shirt. And then leggings and ballerina flats.
What if he said it like this?
Oh, my gosh. I just wanted to just do it now. I'll do it. I'll do it. It was too much. It's still too much for me. Like I said, I just started rewatching some of those like reality shows from back then. And you just watch the
outfits they're wearing, like just in the like not behind the scenes, but when they're just.
Come on, stop playing with me. You thought you was eating that up. This was a special day for you. This was the season finale.
But that's what we looked at and we're like, yeah. I looked at I was looking through a lot of old pictures. And there was a picture. It was you and me. It was for Saturday at Sam. It was like our last Saturday at Sam.
First of all, don't come for me if you about to come for me because I was fly.
I was fly too, but I look back and I'm like, hold on, I would not wear one. It wouldn't fit.
First of all, Saturday at Sam, we had to wear uniform.
We made that thing work.
Let
me tell you what my outfit was on Saturday at Sam. I had
uniform.
I had, hold on, because it wasn't like everybody else's uniform.
You had an orange polo and khakis.
They didn't see my orange polo, first off, because I had the black jacket on, the little black jacket.
You got them incentive jackets.
I had the incentive jacket on. I had khaki pants on with the drawstrings.
Ooh.
Hold on. Because this is when PacSun was dropping all the drawstring pants. So I had those.
Wait, did they have drawstring and they were jogger style or not?
No, I don't rock with jogger style.
Okay.
I don't rock with the jogger style.
All right, I had to see.
They were just getting just regular. So the drawstring. Not boot cut. Skinny boot cut, skinny jean boot cut. And then of course when skinny jeans were popular, so there were skinny pants. Everybody was wearing skinny. So plus we were all skinny. So you want to show the picture?
I probably would for a couple years in college. I was stressed. My people thought I was on drugs. I was like, no, I'm in 16 hours of class and I'm in 8 organizations and work 3 jobs.
I'm president of 4 jobs and I gotta be doing a lot and I'm on work study. Like, give me a break. You can get 28 hours a week. Give me a break. You're right. I'm trying to eat.
That 2018 year, it did. 2017, 2018, I did look like Oscar Proud.
That's wild.
Like, no hair and everything. I was bald.
So literally, I had Nike headband tied in the back.
First of all, that's your Naruto face.
I wish I would have got a Naruto headband.
Was it blonde yet or no?
My hair was blonde.
Yes.
But yeah, my hair was blonde.
Yes.
And so I had boom. Hair draping over the band, had my glasses obviously, had the black, walkie, skinny jeans, off-white 97s.
I could see it now.
I was a whole visitor center ninja. I was out here.
With the little iPad on your hand.
If I was an iPad driving the golf cart.
First of all, they kicked me off them carts.
So that's why I'm like, you ain't doing it no more.
I did not know we had to follow them street signs.
I go down the hill and got right at the edge. Like that hill was crazy.
All of them. What you mean that hill?
No, I'm talking about the one next to the Coliseum, not the one between the Coliseum and the stadium.
That hill was crazy, but the worst hill was the one by
Big Bertha.
The Cats for Christ.
Yeah, Big Bertha. Yeah,
baby,
that one was crazy.
What?
That one was crazy.
So I'ma just lay down and just.
And there's a stop sign directly at the end where Estel or wherever is right there in the middle of the street. Stop sign.
But the car like this stop. Yes. You're looking at the ground.
Like, where have y'all been at? Where were y'all at? Because
literally, the police was everywhere.
There's a parking garage there now, like close to the edge, but there wasn't a parking garage for us in there. So you're sitting there like this, and you fly through because you can't slow down.
Because you can't slow down.
Like, and you're like, bro, Butters, like, what do you want me to do?
Hey. Butters,
but I'll let you off the hook though. Anybody? I say less. Thank you, bro.
Butters and Officer Gay. Them was my two right there.
They were the dudes. And so, but that was the fit. But like looking at that fit and other fits and trying to take a picture of it, stuff like that, I'm like, oh, I would change this whole thing up. But then I was trying stuff out. There's one fit where I had this white baseball jackets were pretty popular then. And it's just a simple like baseball jacket and it could just be white. So I got one of those long tees. I don't know why I allowed this in my life. I'm talking about the long tees that go to your knee. Why was that a thing?
Because
Who allowed that?
I'm telling you.
The Kanye West hip hop tee.
That was D4L.
No.
What you mean?
You mean? In 2017?
Who he thought he was? History repeat itself, man. It's a circle.
The long tee, and it was fitted.
That's a dress.
Shine's. I have a picture of Shine wearing it as a dress.
Yeah, you had a bodycon on.
Like, it was wide enough, but like arms were fitted, but it went here. It literally, and I had that with the baseball tee, so the proportions were bad.
Ooh.
Baseball tee was slightly cropped, so it went right to my waist, but the tee went to like my thighs. And then I'm wearing these like straight fit indigo jeans, and then I'm wearing NMDs because NMDs were really popular in 2017. That's when they popped off, when Adidas was about to like start taking over. And I'm wearing this fit. I'm like, oh, this fitted. And I look at the picture. I'm like,
that
first off, annihilate the t-shirt.
Annihilate
the t-shirt. Why is it gray? Why'd you pick gray? White jacket, gray t-shirt, white shoes, and dark indigo jeans. Why? Second off, the wash on my denim rubbed off on my white shoes. Problems. And then second off, it wasn't even that cold. Take the jacket off, son. So what I would do to switch it up? Wide leg jeans.
I thought you were going to say go home.
Go home, burn the whole outfit.
Stay at home.
Burn the outfit. No. Wide leg jeans.
Outside.
Wide leg jeans. First and foremost, nice silhouette. Scratch the NMDs.
But what about the shirt? Can we address the shirt first?
We can address the shirt. I'm either doing two things. I'm cutting the shirt.
Thank you.
Absolutely cutting the shirt, and I'm changing the color.
Okay, I'll accept it.
I'll change the color completely. And I would change the color of the jacket too.
We need to actually have these photos. Like, I feel like as you were saying these things, I'm like, there's outfits from 2009 and earlier that I would look at and be like, that never should have happened.
Correct. No matter if I was a kid or anything.
Well,
middle school, high school, nothing.
Yeah, like, I'm definitely blaming Janet. If I see a picture where I'm like, why was your bang sitting like this? Like, let me call my mama because this was on you at that
Disrespectful.
point. Disrespectful. But really.
Unacceptable.
You just wasn't even raising me. You should just call CPS
you just threw me
if
out
you
the
got
house
me out
whatever.
here looking like
Send
this.
me to the beauty supply. Send me somewhere.
Send me to the
Not
beauty
school.
supply. But when I look at like even college or whatever, or high school, there's not a lot of things that I would, and I'm saying that right now, but I feel like people gonna send me pictures now and be like,
but hey, look at this.
Yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't repeat a lot of stuff.
I would. There's a lot of things I'm like,
I would improve everything. And not just because of the silhouettes, but like,
but was it wrong? That was wrong. You needed, it's like there's a I could or I would improve it.
Correct.
Needed improvement.
100% needed.
There's not a lot of outfits that I feel like needed, but of course there are things like,
during that time
you should have
frame,
changed this, or if it was now, of course, I will wear it differently. But looking back, it wasn't. I don't know. There's nothing that I can see that's just like wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong. Not during that era, but I'm telling you, it had to be that 2000s. That 2000s was not playing with us. It had us all. It was the institution of the 2000s. It was bad.
It was bad. We were testing everything out. And we made the work the best way we could.
We shouldn't have done none of that.
Mm-hmm.
There's not one trend from the 2000s that should stay besides nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any. No.
Not one. Not the big T.
Not the big T. Not the baggy
jerseys.
G.
Is not even like.
Yeah, jerseys with like headband. People were box braids. Like, yeah, I don't think there's a lot of
sweatbands for no reason.
They weren't even hooping.
They wasn't even hooping. Exactly.
Nelly wasn't even hooping like that.
First of all, don't do that. He was.
Nelly was hooping, or was he balling? Was he playing football?
No, they had.
Nelly was a hooper.
First of all, he played just as much basketball as the next man at the. They used to have like leagues.
I know that.
Yeah.
There's an M1 and stuff for popular back then too.
Yeah. They used to actually have a softball league every summer.
I would just never seen Nelly hoop before. I'd love to see it.
Like the little celebrity games.
Mm-hmm. They be still doing something now. No,
he was in there hooping.
I need to see him hooping out there.
You know, raising money for the people.
Grills and everything.
See, grills, I was going to say grills is a thing that I feel like the only thing that came with 2000s that should have stayed, but grills wasn't even a 2000s thing.
It was popularized with songs and things.
Yeah, it was like the music.
The music popularized.
We talked about it, but
yeah. I think, certain people, I really want a grill. I want a bottom grill.
Got the red.
Hey.
Like, go hit Jamaican woozy again. Okay, sorry.
Like when Paul Wall was like, I might cause a cold front if I take a deep breath. I'm like, dang, bro, you that cold? You that cold?
We thought that was crazy,
Paul Wallaby? Linnell Sprewell? Toby Bryant?
That's funny.
Oh, that's crazy. Paul Wall.
Paul Wall.
That's that dude, bro. That's literally. Go ahead.
But yeah, nothing should stay.
I don't think there's anything that should stay. I think
again, the tunics, no. Juicy Couture sets.
Apple bottom, no.
Not too much on apple bottom. I remember my first apple bottom set.
No, Juicy Couture. I feel like
that's fine. That's gonna be timeless.
Juicy Couture.
Just the little velour sets that they used
velour
to
sets
have.
for sure.
Like the little.
Oh, they're gonna pop back up.
They here.
I have not seen one. I bet I'm about to see it so much now.
What you mean they here?
I haven't seen them. They about to come around though. It's like
I'm telling you, your TikTok shop finna go crazy.
Oh, TikTok shop, but they're listening right now.
Yep, that TikTok shop finna go crazy.
Boom, all velour jumpsuits.
The velours, yes, they back.
Well, I could say definitely Missy Elliott when they were pulling out. Well, she definitely has some velour then, but Missy Elliott pulling out the all Adidas fits.
That's
the baggy Adidas fits.
Yes, but I'm screaming.
You're flipping the print.
That was Allison Stone and Honda.
She was in every song.
Yeah.
She was dancing.
She went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I feel like that she made that timeless. Missy, like Missy was still wearing them. You're right in 2000. Yeah.
And so I think that's something that can come back. I think people are going to figure out a way to.
They didn't.
I think you know how we talked about they're going to figure out a way to tweak it a little bit. I feel like that will happen with like Adidas track shoots and
I think that happened. Well, I know for sure it happened because I remember wanting a tracksuit when I was a sophomore in high school. I wanted this. That was the era where like everybody had a Nike T-shirt that had some ugly saying on it, some sarcastic saying.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was like they get the bold font of like a school or something like that. Like
it'd be like,
it wouldn't be just do it. It'd be like, just do it like LeBron, or like it would be something like some type of saying like that. Just
it'd be like, keep up or get out, Nike. I'm like, why are you saying? Like, why you say that?
Just not do this. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, leave me alone. But
I truly think,
yeah, during that era, I remember seeing a green. Green was still my favorite color, but a Kelly green
tracksuit.
Yeah, but I was like, $85. I work at Papa Murphy's Pizza.
Yeah, I can't afford that. That's my whole paycheck.
No,
what the
really?
Heck? No, I get it. And I'm thinking because some of the things I wore in middle school, we got to take in consideration the jerking era was then too in the 2000s.
Hideous.
Like
them
I'm talking
purple
about purple skinny jeans, red
with checkerboard
every
Vans.
bold color. Checkerboard. I can get down with checkerboard Vans. I got a pair in the closet.
Leave them alone.
No, I will not. I put some.
I only got
one.
I only got one, but they yellow.
Oh, they're yellow. See, I have the white, black and white ones, the OGs.
Yeah, nah.
No.
I can see right now people are already drawing on yours with Sharpie.
I'm not.
They got a little heart and a little smiley face and one of the white checkers.
Just one, like the little like.
Somebody
yeah, my sister used to do that to all her checkerboards,
yes.
and she had the ones with the laces. I haven't seen anyone really rock the ones with laces.
Mine got laces.
But I have the slip-ons because I was like, Cypress is pair of slip-on. We be matching. I match with my kids.
Slip-ons is crazy at 50.
If only I was 50.
Yeah, I know you back in your day. I'm telling you.
Back in my day, I was lean with it, rock with it. Listen to Lauryn Hill.
Bet you ain't do it like me.
Luther Vandross. Bet you can't do it like me. Nope.
I used to sing Dance with My Father on my computer time when I have my
on your computer
you know,
time.
I got siblings, so
Yeah,
like you gotta split
your
the
computer
time. Yeah, we still gotta play
Jaila
outside.
spent her 30 minutes of computer time listening to Luther Vandross the whole time.
Literally, I don't know. My dad did not like stuff like that. Like he like, I'm right here. Or there was that one song by Tierra Marie or something. Where like, I ain't had no daddy around when I was growing up. My daddy about ready to throw the computer on the ground. Quit listening to that. I'm like,
what else you want me to do? It's my computer
I
time.
used to write, for real. We had AZ lyrics, but instead I would just play songs and write the lyrics. And to this day, I got the lyrics wrong for a lot of songs. Like I would still be singing the wrong.
That was a tough thing because you got to, if you couldn't find the lyrics, you just gotta.
But I could. Like I'm not as old
Like
as you.
I'm not even the oldest sibling. I'm not even the oldest sibling.
There was people gonna really be like, how old?
Like, how old can man? So like, I'm literally not that. We're literally the same age.
We had AZ lyrics. We had Metro lyrics. My brother used to actually call me AZ lyrics because I would get the lyrics wrong still. Like Tony the Tiger.
Even with AZ lyrics.
But why wouldn't I just use them? I was just like, let me listen to Superstar. Lupe Fiasco. If you are what you say you are. Pause. Run it back.
That's super.
Then have no
fear. Yeah.
Why am I spending my time doing that?
You just go to AZ lyrics, and I got the whole lyrics. I'll just memorize the song now.
The whole Fergie album.
I used to memorize Lil Wayne.
Who not memorizing?
Bro, when 6 Foot 7 Foot came out, I was
That's when I had first moved to Texas.
See, I was in Florida. I waited till midnight. You know what? I was on Frostwire waiting, and I downloaded that thing. DJ Will 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot, and I had to deal with that 15 seconds of
holiday stuff. Holiday season.
Oh yeah, listening to that new Lil Wayne featuring Corey Guns. 6'6", 6 foot. You already know where we at. And I'm like 30 seconds in, I will get to the song.
Oh my God.
Excuse me. I'm like, please.
They had to say everything. The Southside Jamaica Queens.
So just so they could get enough in the song so they couldn't get in trouble for it. At that point, the song's changed. I'm like, I'm going to get this 3-minute song of 6 foot, 7 foot. And I'll go wherever I go.
PJ Butter Bootlegs from PJButterBootlegs.com.
And I look it up. Look at the lyrics. Memorize the whole song. To this day. Play 6 foot, 7 foot. Half of Corey Gunn's part, but all Lil Wayne's part.
Half of Corey Gunn's part.
I'm gonna get it. So we played it the song. We just threw the random throwbacks of just songs.
Half of Corey Gunn's part is crazy. I'm out of my llama beans,
you know what I mean? With the drama mean llama screams. I'm like, what are you talking
hotter
about?
Than the hotter something.
I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm out though.
But we the son of him. I know that part.
Yes. I'll skip back to the beginning. Excuse my charisma vodka with a spritz. I'll go back to the beginning.
Real G's moving silence like lasagna had me in a chokehold.
All of us.
I ain't even.
Lil Wayne.
Lasagna. Who also gets a lot of his inspiration from Missy. Shout out to you, Missy.
They don't understand.
She at the root of this.
She at the root. You're a Philippa friend. Yeah. They don't even. I can go to Katie and be like, what's your Philippa friend? Yeah. They'd be like, I don't know. Say it backwards.
I'm screaming. You know, people still, if I say beep, beep, I'm expecting somebody.
Who got the.
People don't even know.
What were y'all doing in the 2000s? We were even born.
First of all, you was probably 20, but I was like 5, so I understand why people. You
like, how old is he? How old is he? I was there.
I'm telling you, but there's
lean with it, y'all.
But also really old music too. I love listening to. Sometimes I play a song and I'm telling my mama like, "You too young for this. You don't even know. I don't know who is in me to why I'm listening to certain things that my mama not even listening to."
My dad was getting hit. He has a trike. We'll get in there and he'll play his. My dad's favorite song is what's that dang song called? He's a Q.
Atomic Dog.
Yes, that's his favorite song. He'll listen to us like 65 times in a row. But besides from that,
you got to be tired of that. You've been listening to it for 31 years.
I don't know what you want from him. And he doesn't get his strike often. Now it's getting a little cool, like a little warmer. He'll get in it. But like we'll listen to his music and we just vibing.
You just bouncing
We
to
just
Atomic Dog.
There's other songs too. Atomic Dog would be one of the songs, but that would probably be the first song he plays when he puts on his Bluetooth speaker.
Lord.
But we're just vibing, and so that's the thing. It wasn't gospel music for me. Like Luther Vandross, other soul, like just R&B, the other things like that would pop on, and we're like, all right, cool, that's what we doing.
Who else? Give me some other people.
Who are some other people my mom listened to? I don't really listen to. I don't knew a lot of what my dad listened to because he was always deployed. So I'm like, what do you listen to?
Yeah.
So every time I just think of Atomic Dog, because I'm like, is this the only song you listen to?
I'm screaming.
But my mom, Diana Ross.
Oh, she grown.
Mm-hmm. Aretha Franklin.
Oh, that's a woman.
That's what we listened to. And if not, it was always gospel. Yolanda Adams.
See.
CeCe Winans. Mary. Kurt Franklin. Marvin Sapp. Fred Hammond. We just listen to gospel. That's what we listen to all the time. That's what said I'm an A tier church in the church tier list for kids who grow up in church. I'm an A tier. Wasn't a PK, but like I was there.
That is so funny.
Never would have made it.
I wasn't a preacher's kid. I was a deacon's kid.
That's all I
never thought about the hierarchies and the
hierarchies.
I really did not like.
I was a deacon kid, so I'm there. Like I'm heavily involved, but like my parents are vocational ministry. They don't work here. They just be here.
That is so funny.
So that's what I was like. That's what we listened to. Is mostly gospel, and I was like, my parents said it wasn't really. It's just gospel all the times. We were always at church. That's all I know.
Gospel again. My auntie, I lived with her for a bit, and so if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't know the gospel songs that I do, or the Thai tributes with the knees, and I wouldn't know some of those references if it wasn't for her. My mom listened to a lot of neo soul, so she didn't even listen to a lot of soul music or like old school R&B, like original R&B. It was a lot of the newer R&B and the neo soul. So like India.Arie was one of my favorite. As a kid, I'm like, India.Arie is the best thing ever. Anthony Hamilton, like I was a little old man in that sense. Yeah, I listened to old
Hamilton,
but I think that just opened up the door for me to actually, on my own, go research a lot of music or get into a lot of music.
That's cool.
Like
that's really
listening to the Dramatics or whatever. My dad was really big on hip hop. Like I know every word to Children's Story because of him.
Because of what he's listening to. Yeah.
So music for sure. It was like all over the place.
Yeah.
My brother was really into alternative type stuff. So I started off with like the Panic at the Discos and Paramore.
That's how my siblings were. Yeah. So I mean, that's how I know like all the Paramore songs. Shine loves Paramore. Her siblings are the same way. I think that was just an era for millennials in that range of just Paramore and
also
like
Hayley Williams.
Korn.
Hayley Williams is one of those people. She had the cookout.
Oh, 100%.
Like if black people don't know nothing about rock music,
but they know who Hayley Williams is. I need to show you this video. I need to send it to you on Instagram.
Send it to me.
These hood dudes just dancing to Ain't It Fun. They dancing, rocking, killing it.
Make my heart so happy.
Oh, they were bumping. And I was like, this me, and I'm, what are you gonna do? They said, what are there's this poll thing, this video, it's like, what are the top 5 white songs from white people that every black person know? 2 of them are Paramore.
8 of them on the top 5, 8 songs.
8 songs in the top 5 were Paramore.
Yes. We know what, we're going down, down. Like, I think I knew that before.
Down, yeah. merry-go-round.
Yeah.
There's this other song, I don't know what it is, but everyone thought the people were black who sang the song, but it turned out being 2 white guys that sang it. I don't know what that song is. What is that song? I have to figure out later.
That would take me out. First of all, know your people. I feel like that's one thing that black people, as soon as we know exactly what that voice is, we even know what a black person doing the white voice sounds like. Like, Rashawn, this ain't you.
There's this video of Drewski, and he's talking about this dude walks up, and he's like, spin the bottle like a spider spins web. And Drewski's like, how you get the voice like that? He's like, we're the originators to do the black. It's like, we originated the voice. And I was like, bro, I'm shook. I am so shook right
That's
now.
so funny.
And so I was like, things like that. I'm like, all right, I'm cracking up because it's like, yeah, you could definitely tell, but there's such a blend. Like my brother and sister listen to a lot of alternative. I think my intro to like really listening to anything hip hop really came from my sister. I know my dad and my mom listened to it, but they just like, it was always gospel music is what I heard all the time in the car. We had the CDs, everything. That's all I saw.
Your parents was cussing to music when you wasn't around. I know they would.
I know my dad was listening to hip hop for a fact, bro. Like, I know.
Your mama, she was listening to some
They
stuff.
had to. There ain't no way.
All Aretha songs ain't clean. She grown.
Yeah, married. Hey.
Yep.
You ain't wrong.
Yeah, I was just playing that gospel in the house.
No, that was it. So it's like maybe that's just the environment they really wanted to create for us. But like that's all I know. Growing up, so when I look at it, like you can play any gospel song, and I'm like, all right, I know it. Dang. Any gospel song 2000 back, I know it. My mom had every wild gospel, all 48,000 of them. We got them all. They at the house. I know the songs. We listen to them on repeat. And then I remember my mom listening to a lot of Justin Timberlake. Randomly.
I love JT. JT is another one that's gonna be at the cookout.
Correctamundo.
He gonna be there.
There's a lot of people that can make it to the cookout.
Not a whole lot, but
in totality, a whole lot, but not a whole lot. Though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah. I think when he started making his songs, like as long as Teddy Pendergrass songs, like when they started being the dramatics, it's an 8-minute song for no reason. That's when I was like, yeah, you've been listening to us.
He made it.
You've been listening.
You invited
the Tennessee kid.
Come on through. You can grab your plate. Take it to go box too.
You know you already made the to-go plate before you made your regular plate. You really want to...
I got to make sure I get my food before everybody else do.
I got to get my later food before everybody else do. My right now food, we could fend for.
Because I know something's going to be gone, too. Y'all all want the mac and cheese. Leave it.
I stopped eating the people that macaroni and cheese.
It depends on who makes it.
I know, but like it used to not be like that for me. It used to be... I'm going to tell you this story. Now, there are some people in my life who for sure know this story, but it's about me just putting my foot in my mouth. I do this all the time, and I think the worst time was eating somebody yams.
Oh, no.
And I was just going in on these yams. Like, I was like, garbage. These the worst things I ever had. Like, I'm going in, and the lady across the thing, she like, they that bad? I'm like, if these was the last, I'm going and saying everything worse, the worst things I could say about these yams. These are the last yams, the last thing on earth. I didn't want to eat them, blah, blah, blah. I'm going in. And she was like, I made them.
Oh, no.
I was like, let me eat these yams. Let me eat these yams. Yes. But like, after that, I just be so scared to pick up people's food.
Don't disappoint them. Like, you like them? Is this a trick question?
No, really. Really. Because also them yams shouldn't have been that. I shouldn't have had that experience. The yams should not have been
You experienced something bad, and now
I shouldn't have just
got progressively
Russian roulette
worse.
With somebody's food. Oh, I just got something in my eyes burning.
It just got progressively worse. That's insane. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's good stuff. I appreciate you for jumping on.
I thank you for having me. I was actually I'm still excited about it, but I was like super excited. When you texted me, I was like, is it for real going to happen?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I had to get some other things, and so I appreciate it. I know we had a lot of good conversations. I think what I'm going to do is I may split this in 2 parts.
Do what you got to do.
But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do a second intro.
Okay. Wait, can I fix my eyeball?
Yeah, fix your eye and everything like that. But I appreciate it. What I'll do is I'll do a... this may be split up into 2 parts. We're gonna find out. Y'all getting the raw, authentic version of everything, so we're gonna figure out what this is gonna look like. But I really do appreciate you for jumping on, being here as you check your eye and all that, and making sure you're good and your eyes alive. But
I put my dirty little finger in it.
There it was. But I do appreciate you for jumping on. Yeah, definitely glad that it definitely happened and everything like that. And it took some time. I was like making sure I always had to get everything scheduled out much more. But I think we had some really good conversation about a lot of things. And my hope is anytime we do this, whether whatever we talk about, one thing I really want to do when I do this in any space that I do is standing at the intersection of culture and Christianity, which is why I really want to stand in where I'm doing my theology degree and everything like that is staying in a place for understanding biblical context for a lot of things, but also understanding a culture enough to where the right way we're supposed to live. And that's where I'm at. And so I love that we were able to talk a lot of things culture in general. And I think there's a lot of good takeaways that we can, a lot of good perspective that comes out of just being able ultimately through everything to talk about having the right perception and being the most authentic version of yourself, no matter if you're doing fashion, music, any artistry, anything creative. We're both big creatives. So anything in those creative spaces, but anything that all y'all do that are watching, I think it's extremely important to be in a space where you can be able to live the most authentic version of yourself and do what you love to do. And I think we can do that. That's where you really can stay in a lot of places and spread a lot more impact. And so I appreciate you jumping on, having this conversation and everything. It was really fun. And I appreciate all y'all for rocking with us. Part 1 and part 2, you've been rocking with us, and I really do appreciate y'all. We love y'all so much, and I hope you got something out of it. I'll talk to you later. Bye.